Hi again. So here I am back home from Google Teacher Academy in Chicago, and this obviously is not how I planned for this video diary to go. I kind of thought that at least I would have my hair and makeup done and I would look presentable to you guys, but I find myself once again being struck with just the idea that I want to talk. I just want to talk to you. Like, you guys are all my friends. I feel like we're kind of all in this together, and I've been swimming all day with my kids. Everybody's finally asleep, so I have an opportunity to sit down and record my thoughts. So today I want to talk about applying to Google Teacher Academy and getting accepted. So I want to kind of go back and talk about why I applied even in the first place. And I think it started more years ago than I care to disclose, but I am a fourth generation educator. Both of my parents are administrators, and my grandfather was an administrator, and my grandmother was a librarian, my great grandmother was a librarian. And an interesting little tidbit about me, my granddad was my kindergarten principal, and my mom was my assistant principal in high school. So I feel like I kind of had it in me to be a lifelong learner. My mom has just recently gone back into the classroom and has embraced technology and got invited to ISTE this year and latched on to her instructional technology specialist. So it is just in me to want to continue to learn in the first place. I also come from a long line of competitive people. So when there is something that is merit based, I want to be good enough to be accepted. So that leads me to why I kept applying after I did not get accepted the first time or the second time. And really, the first time I applied, it was just because I'd heard of it and I thought it was cool, and I wanted to win. I mean, I'll just say it like it is. I wanted to win. I wanted to be a part of it. And then I didn't get accepted, and I was like, that's okay, because really in my brain, I think I'm good at what I do, and I'm assuming the people around me think I am because I retain my job every year. But the reality is, there are hundreds of people that are just like me and way better. So it didn't hurt my feelings really the first time, because it was like, yeah, I'm just another girl who wants to do this thing. So I applied again, and this time I'd actually met a Google certified teacher who told me about their experience, and they were just moved, and I was moved. I was like, okay, maybe there's something to this. Maybe I really want to explore this more and take it a little more seriously. So I did, and it was our Google Apps for Education rollout year in my district, and I felt like this is really something that could benefit me and all my teachers and my students, and so I was a little more emotionally invested in it at that time, and I still wasn't accepted. Well, then I started getting involved in some Google events. I presented at the South by Southwest Google Lounge on Chromebooks, and we had gotten some Chromebooks for our district. And also, I was a part of a group that did the Texas Google Summit in the Woodlands, which was amazing, awesome group of educators there. So I was kind of learning to put my Google stamp on the events that I was a part of and the things that I was doing. Plus, I was just desperate for good professional development and something that would be centered on everything that I believed in, which really right now is Google. I feel like that this is going to be the turning point for our district. This is, and I don't know, or state or country, I don't know, education as a whole. So then I started thinking about third time around filling out the application. You think. You'll turn your brain inside out trying to think about what's the right thing to say, what's the right thing to wear. I mean, obviously, I'm out of the pool here, so you kind of get to that point where you're like, this is me, and that's pretty much where I was. I'm gonna wear a Google headband and Google glasses, and I'm gonna hang out with myself, and I'm just gonna kind of be a big dork like I am. And whether it was that, or the fact that it was my third time, or that I had done some Google things, who knows? Um, but I think I dove in and thought, this is me, take it or leave it, and obviously it worked. I was at Disney World with my kids and my in-laws when I got accepted, which was pretty awesome. My kids were asleep, we were on the balcony, and there was this hype around when the emails were going to be coming in, and I thought, I'm just, I'm here with my family. If I get in, great, and if I don't, well, then I'll just keep trying. And I couldn't believe it. I remember reading the email, and my husband was sitting next to me, and he knows what a big deal it was, and so it was a special moment for us, and he was very sweet that night at dinner with his whole family. There were 14 of us. He made a little announcement, and it's hard to for an outsider to kind of understand the scope of what this means in our career and for us personally. But yeah, so I'm 30 seconds past my time that I promised I wouldn't go past. But I just want to talk to you guys tonight about if you've applied and you haven't gotten in, do it again. And if you don't get in the second time, do it again and again and again until you get in, because it will change your life, and I promise it's worth it. And um, I'll next time be talking about those days before when I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Because I'm not worthy. But I hope that, again, this series sort of encourages you to look into the Google Teacher Academy and start reflecting on yourself and what this experience could do for you. And the next time we'll talk, it will be about those days leading up to Google Teacher Academy Chicago and how I absolutely started to freak out. So you guys have a good night.